Welcome, everybody, to Culture Clash Comedy Podcast. I'm Dan from the West.
I'm Shafi from the East.
Coming to you live. Join our Patreon. That's where all the fun content is.
Yes. We got new members, so that's exciting. We'll give a shout out at the Patreon episode.
Yes.
But a lot of new content on the Patreon on YouTube. Episodes come out on Monday. We're both on tour, but enough of us. We have a very fun guest. Just open for the guy. One of my favorite people. I'm not even joking. This is one of the comedians I looked up to when I didn't even move to the city. Like, I saw him perform at my home club in Saratoga Comedy Works in 2018. I was just like 6 months to a year in, and I saw him like crush, and I was like, this guy is so funny. And he was featuring for like this other, the headliner wasn't even funny. I'm like, whoa, he is so funny.
You buried the headliner?
And then I went and talked to this guy, and he was so nice. He's like, yeah, be in touch if you come to the city. And I came to the city, and I creepily met. I was like, hi, I'm in the city. Can we get coffee sometime? But nonetheless, we have James Camacho. Clap it up, baby. Clap for James Camacho.
Wow.
Thank you for coming to the pod, baby.
Thanks for having me. That was so... I can't wait to clip that later and listen back to it. Dude, well, who was the comment? Dude,
I don't even remember the headliner.
Yeah.
You really
I just remember you doing that joke about the serving sushi, and it was such a memorable joke. I was like, that's so funny. But you have a special coming out at Camacho Bro. All the social media platforms at Camacho.
camachbro.
Camacho Bro. There's no
Camacho
O.
Bro. There's no O, yeah.
I just opened for you on the spell. It was such a good crowd.
Dude,
How does it feel to be like get it done out of the way? First big special.
First special, yeah.
First big special. Dude, it feels amazing. I mean, for just like a million reasons. Like, I guess the main reason is like doing the show, family coming out, doing well. So like you're finally proving to your family that this whole thing you're doing is actually like a thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just some delusion you have.
Your girlfriend came out, girlfriend's friends came out.
Hey, family came out from both sides, college friends, high school friends, kindergarten friends,
It is like a wedding day.
It felt like that. It felt like people that normally don't see each other or haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
Like groups that like college friends that never see each other anymore. Like we're finally reunited and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So in a weird way, not to sound all pretentious, it felt like the show had like a bigger meaning than just for myself serving.
Sure, of course.
Everyone
but your drug dealer showed up to the event.
Oh, he was there. He was in the
he
green room. He was in the green
I
room,
missed
though.
him completely. I was like, where's that guy? But it's out. It's being edited now. It's coming out soon.
Yes, edited, coming out soon. And I think one of the best parts is now where I'm just doing all new jokes.
Yeah.
And like now, like I did late night at the comic strip, which is where you do just 5 minutes.
Sure.
It's all different material from the special, and like it's all doing well. And I'm just like, fuck that old material.
That is,
like I don't need that stupid.
amazing.
I don't need that old bullshit.
So when you go on the road, are you gonna like burn all before it comes out? I guess
Yeah.
you're gonna try to keep some, or just throw it out and try it fresh.
Right now I'm just doing all like late night bar shows, things that aren't
stakes.
low stake things, and I'm just challenging myself to start all different material. And honestly, like the 10 minutes I have now is actually doing okay. Like I can get through and I can do crowd work, but it's like I guess when I do a headlining show, I'm gonna have to do some of the old stuff.
Sure.
My plan is like the best of the best from the old to kill, maybe some crowd work, and then just like hone the new stuff, and then eventually just slowly phase the old out.
It is such an interesting thing that we comics do. We work on like it's like a relationship, right? You like finish a relationship. You get tired of the relationship almost. You're like, I loved you for so long that I can't even stand you anymore.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to put you online and have other people fuck you for a bit. And I'm going to go on the road, find new puss. You know what I mean? You're just like completely, I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to go to the dive bar to get new girls. It's just such a weird feeling to like be like, I'm done with that completely.
Dude, it's funny because you just mentioned that sushi joke. Like I hate doing that joke. Like I do it sometimes I know I'll get a laugh, but I hate doing it.
Sure.
Like, it feels like shards of glass coming out of my mouth, and I feel like a hack. And I have this weird thing that if any comics in the room are being like, oh, he's doing that again.
I mean, every comic has that in their head. You're like, everyone hates me.
We all have the 2 or 3 minutes that's like, oh God, I have to do it right now. I don't want to, but it works every single time.
Right.
And it's a dumb misdirect that I wrote the first week of comedy school.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're literally shitting out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But it works. It always works. It works every time.
And sometimes it doesn't work, especially when
Imagine that.
you hate
That's
it.
terrible.
And you're saying it like an angry, bitter piece of shit. And the crowd's like, man, it's a good joke, but he really hates it, huh?
After eating it for 10 minutes, you're just like, fuck it. Okay, I'll do the good stuff.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's the good stuff.
I gotta be honest though, whenever I default to like old material when I'm bombing, I never feel better. Even if it does kind of work, I always leave the show like, you're a loser. You don't take any chances. You have
disgusting.
no balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like yelling at your girlfriend in public. You're like, I love you at home, but I just hate so much about what's going on.
I love all your similes or whatever.
Oh my God.
Relationship.
Yeah,
It's like when you hate your girlfriend.
Shafi's trying to tell us something in a really roundabout way. It's like when you go home and you can't stand looking at the person that you love with your whole
You
heart.
just have to stay with them forever. And you're like,
We're breaking
how
up.
do I get out of this?
Because you have a dog together.
Yeah.
And the dogs he just got a new dog.
Oh, you did?
My girlfriend has a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Your private life is so on whatever the opposite of Fleek is. Like it's undercover. Like your social media is just clips,
dude,
and you don't say anything. Like no one knows no one even. All people know, you could be living in a bat cave. Like no one knows thinks you have real life.
Can I tell you something?
It is
about,
a bat cave.
Yeah, so that's also a challenge.
I'm
with,
Batman.
I'm
I'm Batman of Bangladesh. You didn't know that?
Oh, there we go.
Look at my
That's your
ears.
next. That's your special. First special. Batman of Bangladesh.
Batman. Bangladesh.
Yeah. Here's a fun thing about social media, because we're all fucking algorithm sluts trying to chase the followers.
Show you my tits, Algo.
My wedding day. A couple days after, we get the pictures. They look amazing. Post them to Instagram. I've never lost more followers in my life than when I posted pictures of my wedding.
That's rough.
Happiest day of my life.
Yeah.
And it was a good lesson.
We hate that.
Yeah, it was a good
you.
lesson that it's like there is no relationship between how well you're doing on Instagram and the happiness that you have in your life. It was the happiest day of my life.
It's probably people who had crushes on you. They're like, I wanted him to be my husband.
I thought I could, can I curse on that? I probably shouldn't curse on this.
You can curse. Yeah, it's not
but you guys are
family
cleaner
podcast.
guys. I feel like, but it's like you're trying. Yeah, it's like because I think we talked about this before. Like we're both all my followers are from talking about my ethnic background.
Yeah,
and your followers are from the videos you do.
Yeah,
right?
Europe, America videos.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Like I'm just like now like I'm out of ethnic material. I'm all out. Like I got nothing. Like I blew all my loads. Like I'm old. Like I'm like an 8-year-old guy trying to make a baby. It's like not happening. So now I'm just being like I actually literally I do enjoy editing and subtitling stand-up clips and then putting those up. And it's like this is the easiest. It feels like I like the most. But like it's like dude, my numbers. I mean my numbers went from like millions to like I'm not even exaggerating like hundreds, like just so left, right, and I feel like I almost feel like the people that I've cultivated don't even like comedy. So I almost feel like a jackass.
They're just racist.
But that's
like
also
stuff.
Yeah. They're like anti.
That's also
they're like anti-racist.
I feel like the algorithm also does that, right? At times, like it'll just give you such a boost and then just like forget about you. It's like when you're in like a long relationship and you're
been together through so much, long. And you just can't.
Well, it's like so you try to spice things up in bed. You start doing different things. You're like, oh, I don't like that. No like, unfollow.
But going back to, I guess we are both Asians, but you're also from Jersey, which you have, which you're Jersey.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a very interesting pod because we're trying to figure out if you're more Western or Eastern. So when you have Asian, you're mixed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ethnic side of it.
That's all people want to hear.
That's what people want to hear.
All the stuff that you swore you were never going to talk about again. Let's get into it real deep right now.
Yeah. Maybe I can get more clips of me talking about it. You know.
Yeah,
but
so parents mixed.
My mom's Chinese, my dad's Puerto Rican, and
it even felt like in the cadence that you said it, I was waiting for a joke.
I know, like I feel that way. No, I feel when I say it, I feel like because I mean I have so many viral videos that start like that, and I do feel like a record player almost. Yeah.
So are your parents? Were they American citizens, and then they get together in New Jersey? Like, how do you come to be?
My mom, born in Taiwan, actually.
Okay.
And she immigrated here for college.
And you said she's Chinese?
Yeah, it's just.
Oopsie.
But you know what's funny? But you know what's really funny? Like I had brought that up to my mom, and my mom doesn't care. Like the whole Taiwan, China, and she's like,
She takes under the major level.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
But because people have told me like there's a war. Like, what does your parents have to say? And I was like, let me see what she thinks.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you should put
Trying to
that
live my
up.
life.
You should put that up on TikTok. That would do well.
But from
the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, like your mom just talking about being from Taiwan.
Oh, we
versus
probably would
China.
have people want to kill us. I feel like.
I think there's like 1.5 billion people who would like really not like it, but the rest of the world would probably be down with it.
But it's
Yeah.
TikTok though. It's like owned by them.
Yeah. So your mom, immigrates from Taiwan to America for school, sticks around.
Yeah,
Stays here
and she
forever.
met my dad in college.
Okay.
And my dad was teaching.
Okay.
So she took his class, math class, and then
Is it like intro to math or like AP Calc,
I think just whatever
basic math,
yeah,
algebra?
I think so.
That's
trying
what
to-
yeah.
Shafi's the most interested in the stories.
What kind of
What kind of math?
Yeah.
Also like
What's the course
was it
load?
Calculus 3? Like
Yeah.
what was it?
Which Texas instrument?
differential equations?
What-
What were
was
they
she-
learning about?
Yeah.
Was she using TI 89 or 81?
Yeah,
Wolfram Alpha that?
Yeah.
Pussy?
Wolfram, that's a throwback, dude. Wolfram, I don't think anyone
dude.
uses that anymore.
No, it's AI now. Now it's probably ChatGPT.
Wolfram Alpha is like a website where you can like solve equations. They
You
give
just
step
put it in
by
and it would
step.
solve it for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
But
you
you
use
could-
ChatGPT for that.
But it's
Yeah.
weird because you weren't allowed to use it before, but now you can use ChatGPT apparently. So I don't know what the
Yeah. What
difference
they're
is.
up to.
But yeah, they met and then they started dating like after she took the class. So it's not like that's scandalous, I guess. But yeah, that's it. And then my dad grew up in New York City. So he's a New Yorker. And then
Wait. So your dad's a professor? What
Yeah.
college is this?
Jersey City University.
Jersey City University?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it still around?
Yeah, he's
and
still
so
teaching there.
Your dad still is a math guy.
Yeah.
And your mom's a student. Finishes that class and
Yeah.
starts dating in college or after college?
In college.
In college.
Yeah.
And then they get married after how many years?
Oh, I don't know how many years after, but
yeah. And then they have you how
so
When?
I'm coming up on I'm 30 and my mom's like 65. So yeah, 35.
so like at least 12 years later, I'd say.
Yeah, no, yeah, it wasn't like immediate. No.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know that like honestly like I don't have the I know the general story, but I don't have
Sure.
the specifics,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how close you guys are with your parents, but we're like I'm close to them, but like we don't like in terms of
Sure.
like actually exchanging.
Oh, of course. I mean, Asian
Yeah.
Asian parenting. There's always a barrier. It's like
Yeah.
it's like VPN. You have
I don't-
to
and I
you have
don't
to
get-
secure connect. You don't have secure connection.
It's
You know
weird.
what I mean?
I think it's just a generational thing because I don't understand. Like I always say, like I don't. If I have kids, I'm gonna want them to like
yeah.
ask me questions. I want to
Yeah,
help
yeah.
them, and
Sure.
like I guess my parents were just kind of like we don't
Asian
do that.
parents have their own Patreon. They're like, there's a paywall for you to cross.
So you get- yeah.
Which you'll never
Want
be
advice?
able to
Yeah.
cross. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to be the president to go to that Patreon.
So then,
yeah. I didn't have money. I couldn't pay it.
So you're, and then you're growing up in New Jersey, right?
Growing up in New Jersey, yeah.
Okay. Your parents get divorced?
No, they're still together.
They're still together?
They're still
That's
together.
Asian as fuck.
came to the
dude.
taping.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they
I
came
thought
to the
were,
taping.
But weren't you saying you hadn't seen your dad in a while?
No, I just don't like my dad and I don't like have a great relationship.
Okay.
They don't see
Yeah.
eye to eye, but they're still
No,
around.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's just like he's like quiet. He's like awkward, and he's got
Math
a lot.
professor.
Yeah, he's like Russell Crowe in
You
that
don't have
movie.
to say any of that. He's a math professor.
Yeah, he's like this like tortured genius, like a Beautiful Mind kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, where he's like antisocial, and he's just just drawing equations everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, a bit.
What's his favorite
bit
equation?
downsy.
Does he have a favorite equation?
Huh?
Does he have a favorite equation?
Asian plus Puerto Rican equals
Standard
baby.
comedian.
Yeah, there we go.
So you got like so what does your mom do for work?
My mom was an accountant for a while.
Okay.
She had a pretty good job, and then she lost. Like something happened. I think the company went down. I remember when I was a kid. Like my mom was like a boss.
Yeah.
She was like the boss's whatever company it was. She was like the boss's CEO's like secretary type of like just like underling. You know, like
Yeah,
right
yeah,
beneath. And people listened to her. She got the bitch people around. Like she was big shit. Like she had all these like suits and like these fancy shoes and stuff. Then the company went down, and then like I remember she had to like apply for these jobs, and she was upset that like she had to like she was basically I remember her telling me one day she was like at this new company, and she's like, they treat me like a cupcake.
Like a cupcake.
Like a cupcake.
What's the analogy there? Like,
Because she was in such a high position at her old job.
Yeah.
Then when the place went down, she had to get a new job, but then she was just like nothing.
Yeah, like a cupcake.
She was a cupcake.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
It's not a thing.
It's really funny.
It's just you know how Asian parents sometimes they'll just create their own slang.
But I can see the frustration. Like her whole life is like.
And you're like, no,
completely.
mom, she's treating you like a muffin.
Yeah, you're worse than a cupcake. You're a muffin. That is wild. I think we take it for granted. Like our parents, like, because my dad had a similar. He lost his job in the '08 financial crisis.
Yeah.
Dude, what a fucking wild to lose your job with kids. I can't even imagine the stress.
I can't even imagine
The
having a job.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a kid with any job. Like that sounds stressful. Just thinking about paying their college and all that shit. I'm like, oh my God. I can't even. I'm sweating thinking about it.
Look at your retirement fund and then be like, and I would probably have to double this to have a kid.
Especially if they have aspirations and want to go to a good school. You're just
It's the worst.
God.
Yeah. So what is your your parents? They're both like smart people. Are they pushing you like academic? Are they pushing you sports? Are they, because you do acting and stuff too? Like, are they pushing you like creative?
No. All my creative endeavors came from just rebelling in college. Like growing up, my mom wanted me to be study all the time. She wanted me to be an accountant, a doctor, just like your normal Asian parent jobs, safe, secure, and then. I grew up the opposite. Like I grew up I loved entertainment. I loved acting. I love movies. I love sports. Like just all the stuff they thought were like completely useless. Just my mom. My dad never really was hands on with me. Like my dad just went to work. He came home, ate and like watched TV, and then he just went back to work. Like he never like disciplined me. He never like was like, I'm going to show you the way. Like never.
Yeah. Is that why you have a like a strained relationship with your dad? Because you just never like bonded.
There was never it's something that kind of was never created.
Yeah.
So it's not even like
strained because it doesn't exist.
No, it's not like he's like fucking ever since then I hate him now.
Or conflict. It's the absence of conflict. It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like
that's really interesting.
That's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bummer, but then you just kind of learned, through therapy and stuff.
Accept it. Yeah. I've been to therapy for the same reason. It's a very Asian thing.
I thought well, my dad's Puerto Rican, which is so he's really off. Maybe he's just a real Asian inside, But I remember at the special taping, like my family was coming up, and they're all like, great job, good job, great job, good job. And then I saw my dad coming up, and I thought for a second there might be a thing, and like nothing. This is just nothing has changed. He just did like a, and like they just walked.
No
past.
hug, handshake.
Nothing. Just walked past, and I was like, for a second, because it's like it's hope. Like I don't know if it's hope or you just see everyone being like yeah. I mean, it's like if you're doing a show and people are like, good job, you killed. Blah,
and then
blah.
one person comes up to you and is like, where's the bathroom? You
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say
yes.
I thought he was gonna say I killed.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
And then but then I wasn't surprised. I was just like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But like as a math professor, like teacher, like wasn't he at least like trying academics as well? Like he didn't care about your academics.
No, like I used to do a joke about it where like he's a math teacher, but he never taught me math. It's like it's like Trump not teaching his sons how to grab pussy.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
it's just
Probably
like
gets an applause break depending on where you tell it.
in New York. In New York, people carry me out of the show. The girls are just blowing me, and then I do it on the road, and I get shot in the leg. I get a whatever, my abortion taken away. I don't know, but yeah, it's what were we talking about again?
Your dad being a math professor and not teaching you math.
Yeah, it literally was like, I don't know, and I think it's a generational thing, because I was talking to my mom about him, and then, she was like, his dad did the same thing, and then she was talking about her parents. My parents were also very like strict, the way we raised you is the way our parents raised you.
Yeah.
Sure.
No different. That's all we knew and all this shit. Which is, but like, it's almost like it's a weird thing to hear, because like, you know,
It's a cop. It's a cop out. It's a cop out.
It is because like I'm like the complete opposite. Like it's like I'm thinking like all these things I want to do with my future kid.
But it's because we have like more conversation around it.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even have that. They didn't have like anything trending on Twitter. They're like, oh, good parenting is trending right now.
Yeah,
right.
There's no like Instagram accounts of like 5 ways to show your kids that you love them. Like there's like so much, but then also it kind of brings up like a question of like, what is the obligation of a parent to like seek out good parenting techniques or like new updates to like the parenting book?
I think back in the day, literally was just like I provide you with a place to live and shit, and that's it. Like all this like I guess quote unquote emotional or guidance stuff.
Yeah,
like that's like extra almost. Like
they're not coaches. They're more
providers.
Like they're just like you have a place to stay.
Yeah, it's like
we don't coach you.
Yeah.
It's a bad CEO who doesn't know how to lead their.
Well, you ever think about like animals that have kids and like one of them dies? Like they're not like if a cat has like 8 kittens and one of them disappears because someone adopted them, they're not going, what is it?
Yeah.
They're just, they don't even give a shit. Like the next day, they're same thing. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember when I got
you're
my
saying your dad's a cat.
My dad's a pussy. Yes. But yeah, it's just like it's more. I mean, I think that's kind of what I think we've just evolved into more compassionate beings and stuff, you know?
What's the worst time you got into trouble with your parents? Like, what's the worst thing?
Oh, dude, I mean, I've gotten arrested a few times.
What?
Nice.
We don't know
but
this.
it's not bad. It's nothing like
What
I'm not
happened?
criminal. Like, no, I mean, I stole shit. I got
shoplifting
drunk stuff, huh?
Shoplifting. What did you get? What did you steal?
I just stole Advil.
What?
Yeah.
Because I used to do this thing with my buddies where we would do coupon shopping for one of his dads.
Sure.
For his dad, and then we'd make money. Like, it was like a job.
Okay.
But it was fun because we all got in a van and we were all just smoking and then fucking around, going to Taco Bell as you do when you're in high school, having fun.
Sure.
Just boys hanging out, and we'd make some money. His dad had like a wholesaler, so we got him coupon shopping from. And then I remember like he'd give us like a budget to work off of, and if you wanted to make extra money, I mean, we all did it. We just stole shit, so we can keep more money.
Yeah.
And I got caught, and then I mean, it's one of those things where like 90% of the time I feel like they will let you go.
Yeah.
But I think they knew because we were doing the coupon shopping, like they just kept me. Like it was a bottle of Advil that was like $11, and they just kept me in the fucking office, and like the cops came, and then like everything.
Yeah. How do your parents react to that?
I don't think they were that mad.
Really?
It's so weird. Yeah, it's just like my mom was so crazy about me studying. It's just like, yeah, you can like kill people and like you can go to jail, but as long as you get an A, I don't care.
And you are a good student?
No, I wasn't a good. I was like average. Like if I didn't try, I would fail. If I tried my best, I would get like a B minus.
Sure.
And like if me like trying my absolute hardest and reaching like my best potential was like a 90. And then I remember it was funny because I was telling my mom about it, or we were talking about it. Like every time I got a 90, like anytime I did like get an A, like she wanted me to, she'd just be like, "Well, you can do better next time." Like, "Oh, do it again." Like it was never like "Good job, I'm proud of you."
Sure.
And I made some video about it, about where because for the special taping I had like 100 people come. I had 100 reservations. I was like, I finally got 100, and then the joke was like, she goes, "Well, how about 200?"
Yeah.
And
But the venue doesn't have the capacity for 200.
yeah,
it's out of 100.
Add another show.
It's out of 100.
Do a theater. Come on, MSG. But yeah, so man, I feel like this is getting sad. But
no,
it's like
no, it's so funny. Your dad's a cat.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
My dad's a pussy,
You were raised
and
by
my mom's like, be a criminal as long as you graduate.
That is
So
brilliant. Because
Did you get beat? Did you get sandals?
I
thrown
got.
at
Oh,
you?
my mom beat the shit out of me.
Like
Yes.
slaps,
Oh,
spanks.
dude,
What was the worst thing they used?
Slaps, spanks, punches, belt,
okay.
objects, switch,
Everything they
spoon,
had.
everything, dude.
Yeah.
And
Mad Book, fucking throwing at you.
everything. Like, yeah, she would really beat me up. Yeah, she beat me really bad.
Are you an only child?
Only child.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a lot of it.
Figure out
That's a lot of. We had Usama on, and he would say like,
Is he an only child?
No, he has
he
three.
would
Three
use
brothers.
his brothers in order to try and avoid the beating. Like he would have a brother who could like call out to him like, "Mom's coming," but like so they could split the beatings up. But only child, I mean, she really laser focus can really beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I feel like she enjoyed it too. Like I remember thinking like I remember just the like, you know, if you do you ever do you do boxing or do you?
No, the combat.
So
I played lacrosse. I can get pretty violent.
But you know when like you're in the zone, or maybe if you're like working out and you're just
yeah,
like there will be moments where she would be hitting me, and then you just see the like you're in the zone type of beatdowns. I'm just like, fucking Jesus, you know.
Kind of flicks the switch into like that. I don't think my mom's here anymore.
Right.
Like,
this isn't
it's someone training
punishment.
for the
This is
MMA.
like pleasure.
Yeah.
What you say?
She's like training for the MMA. She's like, I gotta send this video to the MMA coach.
Yeah.
MMA. I don't even think
I have an
MMA
audition
existed
tape.
then,
Yeah.
But
Religion? What about religion? Did they like go through that kind of facet?
so my mom was like Buddhist, so she like went to temple every Sunday.
That's really funny.
She-
Just a violent Buddhist. I mean, they
No attachment. Your dad's like, I will do that one. I'll do no attachment.
Yeah.
And your mom's like, I will get really attached
I mean,
with
they-
my hands on
Yeah.
your face.
Yeah.
violent. Like obviously Buddhists like can get into shit. You know, like there's
Yeah, she didn't like put herself on fire though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, Buddhists
No.
will beat the shit. Buddhists can be violent in certain like countries. I think there's like Buddhists versus Muslims versus Hindus things. But
Yeah.
like you think Buddhist and you think like I don't think should be hitting her kids. But
No, I don't. Yeah, it's just so weird because I was just in L.A. I was in Arcadia where my aunt lives, and I remember like it's all literally all Asian there, like all Chinese, and I'm just seeing these moms yelling at their kids, like, and I feel so bad. It's like,
In LA?
in Arcadia, like which is like 20 minutes outside of L.A.
and that's like high Chinese population.
Yes,
Okay.
but they're like they're yelling at their like drill sergeants,
Yeah.
at their kids, you know, and then I'm like it reminded me of how I grew up, you know. It's like just a public shaming, like they're just giving it,
Yeah.
and like you're in public, and like the kids got to feel like terrible that there are people around, and then and then they're being yelled at the same time, like it's really
So they didn't really make you go to like temples and stuff?
No, they did. My mom made me go every Sunday with her, so I would go with her. I do some praying, but then like there was also like a kids section
Yeah.
where all the kids would kind of hang out, and then we'd come out for like the praying, but then the adults would do stuff that we didn't have to be a part of, so we'd go hang out.
Yeah.
in like a little like
We
a
did that a
room.
little bit. Catholic, like Roman Catholic. They
It's kind of
would
this-
send you away for like.
Right.
I don't know. I guess they would just like childrenify like the fucking gory stories of the Bible and try to
Sure.
explain it to you. But,
Yeah, it's kind of. I always kind of related it to like just how Catholics go to church. It's like
Yeah.
every Sunday, pretty much your whole afternoon, and you don't want to go,
Yeah.
you know, but you're forced to go.
And then what's like the content that they're? I don't know anything about like a Buddhist temple. Like what's the run of show?
It's literally like different types of like prayers and marches. Not marches. But it's like so. We'd go in and there would be a huge room, and like there would be like the little mats everywhere.
Okay.
And there would be like a huge statue of a monk or like Buddha, like a you know,
Yeah.
like the
Big old
guy
Buddha.
with the tits and
Yeah.
the big earlobes. And everyone would take like a little in front, get on their little mat, say the prayers. There'd be like a lead monk with like the I don't know what it's called, but like the little stick and the little thing, like doing
Yeah.
this. And they just chant. Everyone would
What
like
chants are
repeat.
they doing?
I forgot. It's in Chinese, you know. I don't.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah.
know, just
So you're there and you don't even understand the
Don't-
words that are being said.
I don't understand, but I'm just forced to sit there and
Holy
hold my
shit.
hands, start and then they start walking around in circles, following. Then it's like you take a break, and then you come back and do another one, and you take a break, and you come back and do another one.
And you
They
don't
have lunch.
understand a word that they're saying.
I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Oh my god.
Does your mom tell you at least what's going
No,
on?
she's just my mom's there, and like I have to go.
So
And
what do you know about Buddhism? Do you know anything about
Nothing.
Buddhism? You know nothing about Buddhism.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
So you have no concept of what a Buddhist is.
Nothing.
That is so crazy.
And what about your dad? Is he going?
No, my dad's not going. No, my dad, dude. When I tell
He
you, my
doesn't have
dad-
any religion.
My dad
Yeah.
literally is just. This is my dad. Like he literally wakes up, and he takes a shit, and then he goes to work. Then comes home. He
On the
eats and
weekends, too.
It's the same thing. Like he just doesn't. He has like a cycle. His
Yeah.
life cycle, like whatever. You know, we got
That's
routines.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
Life cycle. That's Buddhism.
Is it really?
That's very
Really?
Buddhism.
Maybe he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
such a. Maybe he's graduated to the top where he
Yeah.
can just do whatever he wants.
Sure.
But
But he never talked about religion in the house or to you.
no, I don't even know what he. I don't know. if
What's
he
the
grew up Catholic.
longest you have talked to your dad in one sitting?
Dude, it probably like I would literally have to say it was probably like when I was like a 5-year-old kid. Like my dad, or even younger, my dad used to like he used to like play with me like with like little like the little toys.
Sure.
And he would like kind of do all this like silly, like he would grab like a toy dinosaur and like be like, brr, 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 I'm Mr. Toy. Yeah. And then he would have like another, like a toy of like a duck. Brr, I'm Duck Duck. And brr, brr. Like he would do all this shit.
He would do that in front of you.
Yeah, but as a kid, I thought it was hilarious.
Right.
I used to like lay on his lap.
He's crushing for like
oh,
45.
Dude, he's killing. He probably felt so great. And like, he's murdering. Like I'm giggling, laughing. And I'm like, my mom's trying to get my attention. I'm like, shut up, whore. Like, me and dad time. Fuck you. Mm-hmm. But then I remember it just got less and less and less and less. Like I remember one time, it used to be like every Saturday or something we do this, or maybe like every Tuesday and like twice a week, and then it just went from regularly. Like I can't do it this week. Then it went from like, all right, next week, and then it just never happened again.
You literally lived, you know the song, the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
No,
dude. Okay, do not listen to it.
Cats in the silver.
Do not listen to it.
This is Dan's Spotify top.
Dude,
1%.
You talking about my dad? That's how you say cats.
The song. It's a song about like a dad who like drifts apart from the son, and then at the end, the dad is like, hey, I've got time to hang out. And the son gives the exact same excuse that the dad gave him the whole time.
Really,
but it's it'll rip your fucking heart out the first time you hear it. It's like
a song?
The cat's in the cradle and the silver
this
spoon.
Doesn't sound like a song you'd cry to.
Dude, I'm singing it bad, and this is a thing.
What band is this by?
I don't even know.
Is this your band?
Can I tell you?
Sounds like slam poetry.
This is a white person's anthem about their dads not loving them enough. It's the cat's in the cradle.
I don't know that many white people that go through that.
Ask any white person, if you're listening to this right now, if you're watching
comment below.
Comment if you are a white person
and you know this song,
who has a strained relationship with your dad and you know the Cats in the Cradle song.
I have a question then. So like no religion from parents. What about you? Like what are your philosophies on religion? Like what do you think about it?
Oh, I'm guess atheist. Atheist when you don't believe in anything or don't care. What's don't care?
There's
agnostic.
There's agnostic.
I mean, agnostic is that you don't know what's beyond the material world and you're open to it. Atheist is like you're not open to it.
Yeah. I think like all of these, I don't know what you can I guess define what I am, but it's like I think all these stories about God, Buddhist, whatever it is, they're just stories with all morals to live by, like how you should be a good person, not screw around, be good, be a good person. Like they're all just kind of examples how you should lead your life. And whether you want to believe it happened or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just like whatever. I don't know any of the stories, but like they're all just like lessons of how you should act. And if you believe it happened or not, that's fine. But
so do you have those basic? What are your basic tenets that you live by?
I really think like is it classic ones like, you know, you should just treat people how you want to be treated, and if people treat you the way you wouldn't treat them, then you should tell them to go kill themselves.
Yeah.
I think you really disassociate, get away with.
You gotta kill themselves. You gotta kill them.
Yeah, and
just
if you
murder.
And if you want to kill them, then that's also, if they're being a piece of shit, you can just like a little stabby.
It's totally fine. You go to court. Well, what would you do that for? He was treating me the way I wouldn't treat him. Oh,
golden rule.
Total excuse.
It's a golden rule. Yeah. That's so interesting. I'm so fascinated by like how many hours do you think you wasted in Buddhist temple with no value? It's very rare that I hear this in a childhood where it's like, okay, I don't think there was anything to be gained,
dude,
other than like disassociating your body or like daydreaming so hard that you can like create a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Dude, I'm telling you, my whole childhood was just basically being forced to do things I didn't want to do.
Yeah,
that's my whole. I was talking about it in therapy today, actually, like because I was like telling my therapist, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna talk about it.
What's your therapist ethnicity?
Well, I'm seeing my therapist is actually on vacation, so I'm seeing a temporary therapist.
Oh, okay, back up.
Like a
she's a white lady.
Substitute therapist.
The substitute's a white lady, old white lady.
And then usually, who do you go?
It's a Jew, Jew dude.
Oh, Jew dude.
I see the guy everyone sees.
Yeah,
Alan.
Oh, interesting.
Alan. All the comics see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, do you feel like they relate to you? Hard?
Alan or the therapist?
Both of them. Like, can they relate to your?
They're both. I think they're both really good. Like, it's weird because like I know people that see a therapist and they're just like, "The therapist sucks." Like, like I tried to talk to them and they told me to fuck my mother. I'm like, how good advice is that? I don't understand. Yeah. And for me, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, Alan's perfect. I've been seeing Alan for like years. I couldn't live without him. And like, the lady I'm seeing now, she's great too. And like, I'm going back to Alan, and I almost, not that I want to see her over Alan, but like this has been a crazy month too. Like I've had a lot of things go on. Like all the years I've seen Alan, like he's been really helpful. But like I had a month this month where like things were wacky, and she's good too. Like I almost want to see both, but
And then what was the thing you were talking about in therapy with this new white lady?
Oh, so like I was going on this tangent. It was actually about social media. I was just like, because I posted these. I'm just posting stand-up clips now. I don't want to post things about being Asian. I'm not even rebelling. I'm just like I just don't have any
more in the tank.
I don't have a muse for it. And then I went on my Instagram today because they sent me something like, oh, you want to monetize? You want to do a bonus thing? I'm like, sure. And then I open it up, and then I see all these what do you call it? These strikes.
Yeah, content strikes.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I look at it, it's just these last 2 stand-up clips. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with these.
And those will tank the algorithm.
I can't. But it's like here's what I think it is, and this is the common theme with all my stuff that's gotten flagged. If you just say the word sex, I mean, they just pull the fire alarm, and then there was like you could say anything else. You could say the F word, the S word, the C word. You could talk about murdering people, how to murder people. You can talk about how to be a dictator, and Nazism is great, and all. The moment you go sex or you do anything sex related, it's like automatic ban.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is like literally right before I'm about to go in the therapist's office, and I was just telling her, I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna be me. It's just so much easier. I'm going to stop caring because either way, if this content does well or not does well, I'm still going to put it out. So who the fuck cares what the reaction is, blah, blah. And then I go, I just stop and I go, oh man, like I'm sorry I'm bitching about this thing that's not that important. And then she's like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you going back on what you just said? Like you stick up for yourself.
Yeah,
and it's like,
your feelings are valid. Your thoughts are valid.
Yeah, she's like, what are you going back on? Like you always do stuff like this. And it's because like my whole childhood, I grew up just doing things I didn't want to do, whether it was temple. I mean, I wanted to play baseball and do acting and writing. And I told my parents, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? You piece of shit.
And you would tell them explicitly, like, here are 3 things that I would really like to do.
They're like, no, how about no? And then my mom would like send me to like learning centers for like my whole entire weekend. So I'd go to school. Learning centers all weekend, then temple and Chinese school. So my whole childhood.
You speak Chinese?
A little bit, yeah. I can speak it pretty.
Say something in Chinese.
Ni hao ma.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Valid.
But you could tell by the way I said it. It's not just
It's good.
Yeah, but like I was telling her the story too of like when I was like in 6th grade. I had this like band class, and they literally were like, "Here's a piece of paper. Just pick which instrument you want to play for the whole year."
Sure.
And every instrument's on there: flute, clarinet, tuba,
trumpet,
everything.
I played trombone. Trombone, very fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
I wanted to play the drums because I thought it was cool, right?
Yeah.
But this is how conditioned I was to like not do the things I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. All I had to do was check drums, and they would have gave me a drum kit. I would have played drums the whole year. I couldn't do it. I just checked saxophone. I had no idea what it was. I ended up playing an instrument I didn't want to play the whole year.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be like, oh, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in diving into your dating history.
Okay.
I know right now you're dating this beautiful lady.
Yeah.
We can talk about her in a bit, but like, how was it like early years? Like, were you as a kid? Were you like interested in girls? Like, because like, how was that like?
Of course, what do you mean?
I mean, like, when did you learn that you're like, you know what, I want to start dating?
When did you find out you were straight?
Pretty early on. I remember 1st grade. I'm a fucking alpha male.
Hell yeah,
I knew.
man.
I always knew.
That's what we like on this podcast.
Yeah. More white people comments.
Is your mom like freaking out about like, are you bringing girls home, sneaking girls in, sneaking out, trying to like, how was that?
I did that a little bit. I snuck, not even snuck, I snuck girls in, but then I just started bringing girls over. And then but like I said, dude, it's so weird. Like, I got arrested. I would have girls over. She never said anything. It was only about like she just cared about my grades.
What about like, did you date other races? Did that?
Yeah, I did. White, black. I did it. Yeah, pretty much. Is there a race I haven't dated? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I've got cleared everything.
And did you have like, do you fall like, how was it like? Did you fall in love? Like, how was your perception of love from seeing your parents, being in that community? Like, so, did that affect you? You think?
So I remember like, I mean, if you're just talking about like crushes, early on, it's just like crushes. You're just
Sure.
like, I love this. I'm so infatuated with them.
8th grade math teacher. They got huge bazingas. Sometimes they wear the light blouse.
Never teachers. Just
maybe just me. Maybe just me.
Because he doesn't like because his dad's a teacher. He's like, I'm gonna avoid teachers.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what got me into this whole mess in the first place. Was
maybe
falling for teachers.
No, it was just like it was just other girls, and then when I when sex gets involved, that kind of thing, there was a long period of time where it was all just like I was just not serious about anyone. Like it was all just like ego. Like it was all just like, let me see how many people I can sleep with. Let me see how many different types of girls I can sleep with. Let me just see how many people this week. Like nothing serious, and like all one night, like non-committal, like look rotation, like just your classic dickbag Jersey kind of mentality.
I would love to say, oh my god, I never did that in college. I tried very hard to have sex with as many people as I could.
It's just but it's all ego. It's all to like you think that you're filling some void. And I think it was just like this thing of like I didn't feel like I was very cool. So I just thought that was a cool thing to do because if your guy gets a lot of girls, you're cool.
And how did you evolve out of that? And when?
It was just like a long time of nothing serious.
Sure.
And then you just get I guess it sounds cliche, but you just get lonely. Like you just start you just want a real connection with someone.
Yeah.
And when I met Shiv,
love Shiv. Beautiful lady.
Shiv, yeah.
Great time to be named Shiv, too. That name's hot right now. Succession? You ever watch Succession?
Yes. But the Shiv's a dude, right?
No, Shiv's a hot girl.
Oh, really? I don't watch Succession. I haven't seen it. But I see it, Shiv trending on Twitter all the time. I'm like, is she trending? What'd she do?
She finally started an OnlyFans. Good for her.
Woo! Yeah. We'll have some money finally.
Rich.
No, so I remember when I met Shiv.
Tell us about this. Because this is your longest relationship?
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, when I met her, I was in this zone of like this denial, I guess almost you want to call it, where I'm like, I just need to bang and have fun. I'm a comic. I can't get anything. Numbers,
Mm-hmm.
Classic you have Jersey. This list you have, like, here's everyone. And then, but like deep down, I think I knew, because like there'd be times I'd check into these hotels on the road. I'd be like lonely. I'm like, I wish I could have someone here with me. But I was in denial the whole time. But then when I met Shiv, it just slowly became a thing where it's just like, all right, I met her and I was like, I like hanging out with her. She's cool. I'll hang out with her again. Then I was like, I like hanging out with you even more. Let's hang out again. And then it just became like, I want to hang out with her over the other girls. Then it was just like, then it became like, I only want to hang out with her. And
what was about her that kind of...
We have, I remember it was like the second date where we were talking about childhood stuff, kind of like we were talking about now.
And she's like half white, half Indian for the crowd.
And I had never, half German, half Indian, yeah. People get upset when you just say white. All the white people go, well, that's not
well, the white people who are watching this are already furious about the cat's cradle thing, the cats in the cradle thing. So we lost all the white people. No white people are listening to this.
Good, they'll help your algorithm.
We lost all of them.
Yeah, so, what's the question?
When did you find out that you liked her? You're talking about childhood.
Oh,
yeah.
I was telling you all this stuff about my family, like I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
And I opened up a little, like I not to this extent. Now I'm more open about it. But like, I mean, like 5 years ago, I didn't tell anyone. Like it was a thing I hid. And I told her, I don't know, I just felt right. I told her second date, I remember, and then instead of being like what the fuck, or like that, she was just like she opened up about her stuff, and it was kind of the same in a way, in an odd way. And it was like the first time I was like myself, really.
Yeah.
And it was like accepted. And I remember that being a big, like the second date being a big deal. Yeah.
Usually second date, you're thinking like, where are we going for date number 3? Not like, hey, let's go deep. Yeah, I think that's a good.
Well, again, it's like, it's just one of the things. I didn't think that and go, this is it. It was more just like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, that was it. It wasn't more. But at the time, it's like I don't even think I knew how to process emotions. Like I'm way more like advanced in like understanding it and knowing what I like need and want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what to ask for and stuff.
Yeah, before things happen, you feel it, you go,
yeah, or you don't even know your feelings. I want to ask more questions. It seems like the girlfriend's good. We got some spicy questions too.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it over the Patreon.
Let's move over to Patreon, baby. But I would like to do some plugs before you go over to Patreon.
Yes.
Camacho bro, anything you wanna plug before we move on to Patreon?
So when this comes out, my comedy special will be releasing. Not sure exactly where, but it most likely will be on my YouTube. YouTube.com/James Camacho. If you thought this all this child abuse I went through was interesting, there's a lot of jokes about it in the special, and then just regular comedy club jokes. That's one thing I tried to do with the comedy special. I didn't want to make it this whole like one man show where I'm like sad. I try to make it like regular comedy humor, and then.
But it's also personal too.
Yeah,
which is the best for me. That's like the best kind of comedy.
How much of it did you watch? Because I know you left it.
I watched like 25 minutes of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't really get personal until like personal about the end. But it's like, yeah. So so go watch it, and then on Instagram, Instagram.com/camachbro. If you're a stand-up fan. Please go on there. At this point, no more background, no more biracial fetishes.
Scroll down if you want to see that. Scroll down.
I can't even. I can't stand it anymore. And then just jamescamacho.com for tour dates. I'm touring the country. And,
Hell yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Love to see. Thanks again for coming. We'll roll over to Patreon. But before we go, thanks to the Patreon members for signing in.
We got our sponsors.
Aminur Rashid. We have so many more coming in right now. So appreciate all the love. Tell a friend. Share the pod. We have new episodes dropping every Wednesday. Dan Pilzello is on the road at Dan Pilzello Tour Dates.
Yes.
Find me at Shafi Stands Up. I'm all over the country, baby, starting like August, but I don't know when this is going to be released, but stay tuned.
And we'll see you guys
and we'll see you soon.
Patreon,
baby.
Later.
Bye.